Breaking news for South African pensioners. In a groundbreaking development, the South African Social Security Agency, SASSA, has announced a historic increase in the old age grant, set to take effect in June 2025. This comprehensive breakdown reveals everything you need to know about the double payments, eligibility criteria, and application process. Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Today, we're bringing you extraordinary news that will significantly impact millions of South African seniors. In what's being called a landmark decision, the South African government has announced that the SASSA Old Age Grant will be doubled starting June 2025. This unprecedented increase represents the most substantial adjustment to social grants in South Africa's democratic history. Before we dive deep into the details, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay updated with the latest SASSA news and grant information. Your support helps us continue providing valuable information to our community. Now, let's get into this game-changing announcement. The current SASSA Old Age Grant, which has been a lifeline for millions of elderly South Africans, is about to undergo its most significant transformation since its inception. The Department of Social Development, in collaboration with the National Treasury, has confirmed that the monthly payment will be doubled from its current amount. This decision comes after extensive research into the rising cost of living and the increasing challenges faced by South Africa's elderly population. Let's break down exactly what this means for current and future beneficiaries. The doubled grant amount will provide substantial financial relief to elderly citizens who have been struggling with inflation and increasing living costs. This increase is not just a temporary measure but a permanent adjustment to the grant structure, reflecting the government's commitment to improving the lives of senior citizens. For those wondering about the exact figures, let's look at the numbers. The new grant amount will represent a 100% increase from the current payment. This means that elderly beneficiaries will receive twice their current monthly allocation. The increase has been carefully calculated to account for various factors, including inflation rates, basic living costs, and healthcare expenses that disproportionately affect the elderly population. Now, let's address who qualifies for this increased grant. The basic eligibility criteria remain largely unchanged, but it's crucial to understand these requirements in detail. To qualify for the doubled old age grant, applicants must be South African citizens, permanent residents, or refugees living in South Africa. The age requirement continues to be 60 years and above for both men and women. However, there are some important financial criteria to consider. The grant remains means-tested, which means that your income and assets will be evaluated to determine eligibility. Under the new structure, the income threshold has been adjusted to accommodate more beneficiaries, recognizing that many elderly citizens have additional small income sources that shouldn't disqualify them from receiving support. For single applicants, the new income threshold has been adjusted upward to ensure that more seniors can qualify while still maintaining the grant's focus on those most in need. Married couples will be evaluated based on their combined income, with the threshold similarly adjusted to reflect the doubled grant amount. The assets threshold has also been reviewed and adjusted. This includes both fixed properties and financial assets. The government has recognized that many elderly citizens may have modest savings or small properties but still require financial support for their daily living expenses. The new thresholds aim to strike a balance between supporting those in need while ensuring the grant reaches its intended beneficiaries. Let's talk about the application process. For existing grant recipients, the transition to the doubled amount will be automatic. There's no need to reapply or submit new documentation. However, the SASSA system will conduct routine reviews to ensure continued eligibility under the adjusted criteria. For new applicants, the process remains similar to the current system, but with some improvements to make it more accessible. Applications can be submitted at any SASSA office, with certain required documents. These include your South African ID or valid permit, proof of residence, proof of income, bank statements, and marriage status documents if applicable. The government has also announced enhanced measures to prevent fraud and ensure that the increased grants reach legitimate beneficiaries. This includes improved verification systems and regular audits of beneficiary lists. These measures are crucial given the significant increase in the grant amount and the need to protect public funds. One of the most significant aspects of this development is the impact it will have on household poverty reduction. Research has shown that social grants, particularly the old age grant, often support not just the direct recipient but entire households. The doubled amount is expected to have a multiplier effect on poverty alleviation, especially in multi-generational households where pensioners' grants are often the primary source of income. The implementation of this increase will be phased, with systems being upgraded and adjusted in the months leading up to June 2025. SASSA has assured beneficiaries that the transition will be smooth and that there will be no interruption to current payments during the implementation period. For those concerned about how this will affect other SASSA grants, it's important to note that this specific increase applies to the old age grant only. However, the government has indicated that reviews of other grant amounts are ongoing, with potential adjustments to be announced in the future. The doubled grant will be paid through existing payment methods, including bank accounts, post office collections, and authorized payment points. SASSA has emphasized that beneficiaries can continue using their preferred payment method, with enhanced security measures being implemented to protect the increased amounts. It's worth noting that this increase comes with additional support services for elderly citizens. The Department of Social Development has announced enhanced partnerships with healthcare providers and community organizations to ensure that the elderly not only receive financial support but also have access to improved social and health services. The government has also introduced new measures to assist elderly citizens who might need help managing their increased grants. This includes financial literacy programs and support services to help beneficiaries make the most of their increased income while protecting them from financial exploitation. For those wondering about the sustainability of this increase, the government has provided detailed financial projections showing that the double grant amount is fully funded and sustainable in the long term. This funding comes from various sources, including tax revenue adjustments and improved efficiency in government spending. The announcement has been met with widespread approval from civil society organizations and elderly rights groups, who have long advocated for increased support for senior citizens. Many have praised the government's decision as a significant step toward ensuring dignity and financial security for South Africa's elderly population. For current beneficiaries wondering about what steps they need to take, the message is clear: continue collecting your grants as usual. SASSA will communicate any specific requirements or changes well in advance of the June 2025 implementation date. Keep your contact information updated with SASSA to ensure you receive all relevant communications. New applicants are encouraged to begin their application process well in advance of the June 2025 implementation date. This will ensure that all necessary verifications and approvals are completed in time for the increased payment structure. It's important to remember that while the grant amount is doubling, the responsibility to use these funds wisely remains crucial. Beneficiaries are encouraged to plan their expenses carefully and, where possible, consider setting aside some of the increased amount for emergencies or essential future needs. The doubled grant represents more than just a financial increase, it's a recognition of the vital role that elderly citizens have played in building our nation and the importance of ensuring their dignity and well-being in their golden years. This increase is expected to significantly improve the quality of life for millions of South African seniors and their families. As we conclude this important announcement, remember that staying informed about these changes is crucial. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to receive updates on this and other important SASSA-related news. We'll be providing regular updates as we approach the implementation date, including detailed guides on how to make the most of the increased grant amount. Don't forget to like this video and share it with anyone who might benefit from this information. Your engagement helps us reach more people who need to know about these important changes. Drop your questions in the comments below, and we'll do our best to address them in future videos. Thank you for watching, and remember to stay tuned for more updates on this historic development in South Africa's social grant system. Until next time, take care and stay informed. If you found this information helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more updates on SASSA grants and other important social security news. Don't forget to share this video with family and friends who might benefit from this information. Hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. Together, we can ensure that everyone who qualifies for this increased grant receives the support they deserve.